I would say sometimes this is like the easiest and most obvious thing, when you come in and see someone that has a good amount of organic traffic, but they're just not getting the leads and business impact that they're looking for. That is often tied to this exact thing, which is the wrong CTAs or the absence of CTAs. And so wrong CTAs being like, hey, all we do is just put, start your free trial CTA on everything. And that's fine. And you can start that way and see what does work and what doesn't. But like, there are a lot of people who are just finding out about your brand or just, getting a little bit of value because you helped them with this one thing, sort of an initial interaction, but they're not ready to like jump into a product. And so you're just kind of missing out on opportunities to, move them into a newsletter that helps build your audience, or, point them towards more assets, or get them to subscribe to your podcast, or any of that kind of stuff that I think just builds towards that. And then, absence of CTAs, I think at this point, everyone probably has something, most of the time, like at least something at the bottom of the post, or at the bare minimum, there's like a CTA in the top nav on every page. But it is often surprising. First of all, you have to remember the very, very small percentage of people scroll to the bottom of any page, whether it's a blog post or, product page. So you're just automatically lowering your conversion chances by, 70 to 95% by only having something at the bottom. And so, understanding scroll depth and kind of putting things there, and then you're just making things that are inline, text-based, visual, like there's a lot of ways to add that in. So I think it's a really big one. And, if I were to say anyone listening to this podcast episode right now, of all the things we've talked about, like that, I would jump into that one first. Make sure you've covered it well, just because you have the traffic, start with the CTAs. And there's, I think a lot of important and meaningful things we've covered in these 7 areas, but start there, because sometimes that can just be a pretty quick change you can make to have a good impact.